So it is the second venture of New Vision. First was made in the June 2013 from 26 New Street, Bayonne, New Jersey, about the concept of the virtual class. This class is dedicated to Avyuk, my grandson, whose by his innocent smile makes me and others to smile. It is also dedicated to Stanford Class to Go senior instructor Jenner, who quenched my thirst to know what is principle in behind and in action in DB management system, the core behind any digitalization. It is her touching and self-explaining lectures through which I got knowledge that is I am in a position to share through this presentation. I am really indebted to her. So now we should define what is data management system at all. In a single line we will define the DBS as it provides massive amount of data to be stored. Number 2, it provides data to be stored safely. Number 3, data to be stored efficiently. Number 4, data to be stored in a reliable manner. And number 5, multi-user storage and data access, and data is physically independently. So now let us explain each term explicitly. So we are elaborating the definition more explicitly. Number 1, massive database store handles very large amount of data, say tetrabytes. Number 2, database is safe to power failure. Number 2, hardware system, that is CPU, CD, etc. Number 3, reliable, it is 99.99% reliable and efficient. It handles data at very fast rate and data remains unencrypted. And multi-user store, data access, that is data can be shared currently by many users. Physically independent, so many variables operate on data but is not affected, that is it survives, outlives after the program. And it is persistent also. Database system is persistent also. Data comes and sit and program variable operate on it, and after program finishes, data outlives and unaltered and goes to the system. So we have defined the definition and I think you must have followed it. Thanks. Let us now the planning or scheme of the database management system we will discuss. So database design engineers thinks much before designing the database. He thinks how the data should be filled in the system and what data should be filled. That is, he prepares the blueprint of the database, how the data will be filled, and decides the variable what to be filled, that is what information should be taken and how it should be filled in the system. The good designed database ensures the efficient functioning and make the database efficient, otherwise poor database and efficient system. In this slide we will discuss what is the database management system components. How does one build a database management system, including such matters, that is organizing store for efficient access, number 2 query processing, and number 3 data transactions. So these are the three main components which must be taken into account when designing database. Okay, so now we will elaborate it. A with a one simple example, how the good design of the data affects the system. So a good design means chances of redundancy should be minimized. For example, to avoid it, database engineer enters the name in three parts. First name, middle name and the last name. So the data may be queried in three ways: first by first name, second by middle name, third by the last name, and the chance of inaccuracy is minimized. So I have tried to make you understand that how a little amount of effort made in preparing the database can finally send us a good database system, and I think you must follow it. Okay. So most database system works on the principle of relational model as it is used by all major commercial database systems. It is very simple model, query with high level languages, that is simple yet expressive. So this is a good glimpse of its simplicity. That is why it is used extensively, and efficient implementation. It provides efficient implementation. That's all. Thank you. So now we will explain the structure of the relational model. That is, relational model is a set of named relations or tables. Each relation has set of name attributes or columns. And utility I have already previously explained, and again as explaining it, that is, it is efficient and its implementation is very easy, and that is the strength of it. That is why it is used so extensively. So now in this slide we will study query language SQL. Now, as we have seen, XML is to store data and transport data, and HTML designed to play data. So SQL is a language for querying the data. So we run an expression language composition on a type data. The answer to that expression or query is some type of data. The query flower language has four class: L class assignment, O class order class, W where class, R return class. Each of the expression operates and returns sequence of the elements XML query. So the expression composition of language operate on the data, and the result is the data in the form of result. Okay.